Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Ben and this is Adventure Theory. On today's adventure, we're going out to Horseshoe Canyon, and I'm very excited about this adventure because I've been meaning to do it for a long time. Now, Horseshoe Canyon is not to be confused with Horseshoe Bend, which is a section of the Grand Canyon in northern Arizona. But this canyon boasts some of the biggest, best, and oldest petrographs or petroglyphs. It's not a petroglyph because a petroglyph is something that's carved into the rock. These aren't carved, they're painted on, and they're ancient and huge. So I'm really excited about this. Bring binoculars, and if your camera has a telescopic zoom lens, that would be really helpful. Because in a lot of circumstances, these cave drawings, you can't get very close to, so you're going to be looking at the images from a little ways away. There is two entrances to Horseshoe Canyon. You can either take a 30-mile dirt road from Hanksville right near Goblin Valley, or you can take a 50-mile dirt road from Green River. Now, this whole road is absolutely gorgeous to drive through. If you're just looking for a scenic drive, it's amazing. But be warned, it is a dirt road, so it can be impassable depending on what the weather was doing. And fun fact, Horseshoe Canyon sits right above Blue John Canyon. And if that canyon sounds familiar, it's because that's where that poor hiker got his arm stuck in the rock, then had to cut his own arm off after waiting for 127 hours for someone to come rescue him. I went ahead and drove down to Goblin Valley the night before I was going to do the hike at Horseshoe Canyon because I wanted to make sure to hit the trailhead first thing in the morning, as early as possible. So if you didn't know, there is some amazing dispersed camping on the back side of Goblin Valley. So that's where this adventure is going to begin. This is gonna be a real doozy coming back up. Anyone that's ever been to sand dunes, has been sand sledding or sand boarding, y'all know how much of a pain in the butt it is to walk up those dunes. Well, this one's not quite as soft as a dune, but it's soft sand, and holy mackerel. I'm not looking forward to the return trip, jeez. Man, I gotta slow down and take it easier. It's hot, and I was a little bit hard on myself last night at camp. So I got the bubble guts, which is no fun. So yeah, I'm gonna slow down, take some shade, make sure to hydrate. This is definitely, just like all the guidebooks say, this hike is way better to do in the early spring and fall when the temperatures aren't so hot. It's supposed to be in the 90s today, but it could get up to 100. It's mid-June, so yeah, I'm just gonna slow down because I'm feeling it. Holy moly. If you find yourself feeling weird or woozy or whatever, stop, take a break, find some shade, and just don't push yourself too hard. I gotta remember that. Walking up this wash in this super soft sand is absolutely brutal. And there's just no way around it. It is just soft sand. Ay, ay, ay. This one's a doozy. Man, for some reason, I completely missed the high gallery. So it'd be really helpful if you had a map, or at the very least, a screenshot of the map for two reasons. One, so you're not a dummy like me and miss the high gallery entirely. And two, when you're hiking a new area, I've found it is really helpful psychologically to have a map so you can see where you are instead of just walking mysteriously into the void. So at least take a screenshot of the map for your phone, something to reference while you're on these hikes. All right. We are approaching our first set of cave drawings, petroglyphs, pictographs, whatever. These are ancient, and some of the ones in this canyon are super ancient. There are credible theories that some of these date back to the time of mastodons, which is crazy to think about. I don't know if it's true, but I read it on the internet. Anyhow, here's our first set of drawings. Check this out. Another thing that makes these super unique, and even more so further down, we're gonna see those next, is the size of these. These ones here are a couple feet tall. You can't really tell because we're kind of far away. They've got it roped off and it's way up on a sheer slab. The point is, these are really, really big. And some of the ones we're about to go see are like 6 feet tall. That is really unique and really special. So one of the reasons I love petroglyphs, pictographs, and all cave drawings is because how mysterious they are and cryptic. Nobody really knows what they mean. I mean, in some circumstances, it's kind of obvious. It's like, oh, there's a buffalo. But in a lot of circumstances, especially these ones that we're about to see, nobody knows what they mean. And the debate on what they mean gets weirdly heated for some reason. And as soon as you bring up aliens, a lot of people start losing their minds. Anyway, I'd be super interested to know what you think these images mean. So put it in the comment section. What do you think these things mean? Strenuous. This hike is strenuous. On and off soft sand. And it's not the heat so much as the soft sand. It's just brutal and murder to walk through. But if you hit the trail fairly early, there's still a lot of shade in the canyon. Like right now, it's 10:30 a.m. So ideally you'd be on the trail at like 6 or 7. But I'll be finishing this hike at noon or just after. So I'm gonna go slow on the return trip. Yeah. So to make this hike even harder, the wind is blowing pretty strong and it's just blowing the sand everywhere. And I'm walking against it right now. So it's just sand constantly in your face, your teeth, and your eyes. This has been a tough journey, but I think we're almost there. Okay, this is not the Grand Gallery. This is Alcove, something or other. It gets its name because it's in an alcove. Let's go see these petroglyphs. I can't help but think what life must have been like for the people that used to live here thousands of years ago. You know, I mean, it's such a harsh and difficult land and terrain. Those guys must have just been tough as nails. But it's a fascinating thing to just kind of sit and absorb as you're in these areas, that these were, once upon a time, places where people lived just out here. That's wild. So these petroglyphs right here are like 3 and 4 feet tall. This is pretty incredible. But evidently the Grand Gallery, just a little bit further down from here, is supposed to have the biggest. I'm really excited to see those. This whole hike, there's been tons of little side canyons that are just begging to be explored. But I do not have the time or the energy to do it. But man, if you're a hardcore dedicated hiker, this place is crazy. So many fun little offshoots. Some of are small like slot canyons. Some are more open like that one there. But there's tons of them. And it makes me wonder how many other ruins and petroglyphs and I don't know how much more interesting stuff there is out here that's yet to be discovered. It's a beautiful, fascinating, dangerous place. Okay. It looks like we've made it. And man, I hope this is the Grand Gallery. And I see some cave drawings. And they look big from here. Let's get a closer look. Okay, here's where the fun really begins. I am absolutely gassed, but I still got to get up this ridge, and most of it is sand, soft sand, uphill to there. The trail winds up, comes around all the way up, and then eventually up there. But then it keeps going uphill. Granted, it's rock, but a lot of it is steps. The point is, it's all uphill from here. But then the truck.
I just started and it sucks so bad. I'm just gonna take a lot of breaks. That's really the name of the game. Slow, methodic steps and lots of breaks. Ooh. Don't come out here between July and August, and I'll do you one better. Only come out in the spring and fall. But even if the weather was good, like when I mean good, I mean like 60, this walking is tough, like super tough. It's supposed to be 7 miles round trip, but it feels like 14. Okay, up, up, up.
Now that was a really fun adventure. For some more adventure ideas, click one of these links, go to the page, because there is a ton more adventure going on there, and leave a comment if you know of a good adventure that we should go on, or if you have any tips that we might be interested in, and I'll see you next time.